Good afternoon everybody, welcome back to another matchday preview today, another video on the channel previewing our away clash on Saturday up at the King Power Stadium away at Brendan Rodgers, Leicester City. So, a quick reflection on Sunday's game actually before we get into this. And look, we lost the game, but a lot of positives we could take from that. I know it's Scott Parker's first game and the managerial bounce is to be expected against a local rival such as Chelsea. You are obviously going to expect that bounce and expect the team to come out and fight. Especially when you've got a new manager in charge like Scott Parker, who's played with us for the last couple of years and knows the club inside and out, has progressed from first team coach to caretaker now. So there was always going to be a better performance. It was a good performance, and on the whole, I felt like we deserved a draw, or at least something from the game. And to come away from that with a defeat was frustrating. But the positives to take from that, are absolutely fantastic. I mean, to a man, we played really well. We went down fighting. We showed good character in the game. I sound like actually Brendan Rodgers and myself saying about that, but to equalise, to go a goal down and come back into it at 1-1, and then both goals really we conceded were quite soft, and we do need to eradicate that out of our game sooner rather than later. But it's been a problem we've had this season, and I don't expect that to change too much between now and the end of the season, but I expect to see a slight improvement. So if we can keep going the way we did, and hopefully not change too much in terms of the starting 11 on Saturday, then I definitely think we can go close. And I'll give my prediction a little bit later on. I don't want to spoil that just yet, but moving into the preview, obviously Leicester City currently sit 11th in the table. They've played 29 games, won 10 of those, drawn 5, lost 14, and that's given them a goal difference of -6 and a points total of 35 points. So last 3 games been 1 win and 2 defeats. Both that 4-1 defeat at Crystal Palace and the recent defeat against Watford stand out there as well. So it's a good opportunity for us. I think it's a good opportunity to get some points. Top goal scorer for Leicester is Jamie Vardy with 10 goals, to be expected. And most assists for Leicester City goes to James Maddison with 5 as well. So that again is to be expected. And I think he's made that step up from Championship to Premier League quite well. He scored against us in the reverse game, and the reverse game was quite an interesting one. Because I think out of all the teams we played at home this season, especially against Leicester, I think that was the most comfortable I've ever felt in the second half. Watching the team in the second half, I think it was in December we played them, we drew. We really should have won that game. And I know in the first half, Leicester had a couple of chances with Iheanacho going through a couple of times. But we really should have won that game. And to end up drawing that game, I think it didn't help, obviously. I think it was towards the start of the Ranieri era. We just come off the back of a good performance at Chelsea and lost 2-0 there. Now, again, we played quite well and we got beat there. But to draw that was a real kick in the teeth. So but it happens, doesn't it? And I think the game against Wolves as well, 2 of them home games, we missed out on 6 points there and we come away with only 2. So it was a big factor in us not kicking on under Ranieri, in my opinion. I think them 2 home games definitely stand out as 2 that we really should have capitalised on and we didn't. But I've got a good feeling about this game. I think, look, I watched a bit of the game on Sunday against Leicester and Watford, and Leicester defensively ain't fantastic either. And we're more than capable of creating chances and scoring goals. As we saw on Sunday, with countless opportunities, Mitrovic could have had a brace, but Kepa played fantastically. Sessegnon scored an offside goal, which would have got us a point, but it didn't because it was offside. And we had a couple more good chances. So I definitely think we can cause Leicester problems. We've got nothing to lose now. There's no pressure on us. I think it's a similar thing for Leicester as well. They can still get the top half, of course they can, but I don't think they're going to get any European place this season. So they'll be looking at it with eyes on next season, as we will as well, and albeit in different divisions, of course. But it's a similar type of story. Leicester have got a new manager coming in, Brendan Rodgers, lost the first game, but he hasn't had much time to work with them. So it's going to be his first full week in terms of working with his new group of players and identifying who he wants to play on Saturday. So it will be a tough game, of course. Going to Leicester's never easy, and we've never really done too great there, I don't think. We haven't played them much in the league against Leicester, so it's not a stadium which I know too much about in terms of how we performed there in the past. So hopefully we can go there and give it our best shot. Look, we've got nothing to lose now. If we can play like we did on Sunday, then great. I definitely think we've got a chance. And if we don't, then I do worry. But I'm fully confident. Scott Parker today at his press conference this morning, not much to really report about. Injury problems are the same with Morse now, with a couple more players out as well. So I think the starting 11 will hopefully be the same on Saturday. But I'll talk about that more in my preferred 11 for Fulhamish in a couple of, which I am actually recording again after doing this. I'll talk more about that in detail, and I won't give anyone any spoilers on here. So if you want to go and watch the preferred 11, that should be out on the Fulhamish YouTube channel tomorrow morning, I think. So when I think it usually goes up. I'm not too sure, but it should be up then. But as I said, look, if we can approach this game on Saturday in the right frame of mind, we've got a big contingent going up. I think we sold out our allocation. But my problem really is, though, I think there was a problem with the ticket allocation. I think Leicester, I think Fulham really gave away or returned some of the tickets, thinking that we weren't going to sell them out. Because obviously it was in the midst of Ranieri still being at the club, and he hadn't been sacked as of yet when they were on sale. So I can understand why they returned them, but now Ranieri's gone, there's a bit more of a high demand for the Leicester tickets. And I was going to try and get some, but I think they were sold out, which is a problem. So bit gutted, but there's plenty of other away games to go to between now and the end of the season. Hoping to try and get to one at least between now and the end of May. So fingers crossed I'll be able to get to one. Enjoy the relegation party while we're still going strong. So, but yeah, I'm really confident. Scott Parker's, I know he's turned the leaf at the moment. It's a new beginning at Fulham. And reflecting on, I saw some of the media outlets saying that he's the front runner for the job. And my only problem is he's only had one game in charge, and it's against Chelsea. You expect that managerial bounce, against Chelsea. If you're not going to turn up for a local derby against a team you don't like, then you're never going to turn up for any game throughout the season. So it was an important step up, and the team did that. But I'd rather wait and see maybe 5 or 6 games down the line if we're still getting that same consistency with our play. If we're not, then we know Scott Parker's not going to be the right one. But I think if he doesn't get the job, then I think he will leave. I think he'll have aspirations now of managing first team manager at a different club. I think now he's got that taste for it, or he will have that taste for it between now and the end of the season. He might want to spread his wings and depart the club, maybe if he doesn't get the job full time. I do think there's other candidates out there that are better, but for the time being, we've got Scott and Stuart there at the moment who are brilliant, aren't they? Fan favourites. Lots of fans are happy about them two returning, especially Stuart Gray coming back. And I felt we looked a little bit more organised at the back. We've only a couple of days that Stuart had to work with them, and he knows a lot of the players quite well, doesn't he? Like Dennis Adoy, Tim Ream. So he knows quite a few like the back of his hand. I've been working with them for the past couple of years. So, but we looked okay defensively. I've been very impressed with Harvard Nordveit. I think he's been absolutely solid for us. I think he's been a fantastic signing. We've had a couple of good Norwegian centre-halves in the past, haven't we? And I definitely think that he can definitely be one of those type of players. Look, if we go down, I'd like to see us try and get him, but the financially, it will have a big impact on who we can buy next year. But if we were to go down, I'd love to try and get him in. Whether or not he want to go into the Championship and play with us remains to be unknown. But I've been very impressed with him recently. Absolutely solid, no-nonsense defender. And that's what we've missed this season. With Mawson being injured, we've not had that type of leader or type of old-school defender in our defensive line. And to have him in there, we've seen a bit more of an improvement. Well, I know we've conceded quite a few goals in the past couple of games, but I think we've seen a bit more of an improvement. So that's a positive. Rico as well played quite well on Sunday as well. I felt he made a couple of big saves from Higuain, a couple of big saves in the first half as well. So it was good to see him turn the corner after a couple of ropey performances against West Ham and Southampton, which was good. My score prediction for this game, I'm going to be brave, stick my neck out on the line. I don't do it a lot. I usually sit on the fence with these predictions, but I'm going to go 2-1 to Fulham. I'm going to go with an away win, our first away win of the season. We've not won away from home all season, but I think it's going to end on Saturday. Scott Parker in charge. I think we'll have another good performance. I think we'll bounce again, and I think we'll nick it 2-1. I think if we do nick it 2-1, that'd be absolutely fantastic for us. But if you did enjoy it, guys, as I said, hit the thumbs up button. Hit the thumbs up button. I sometimes talk a bit too quickly on here and that, and it kind of affects what happens. It affects the flow of the videos. But if you did enjoy it, hit a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, comment your predictions as always. Fulhamish preview, Fulhamish preferred 11, will be out tomorrow, I think. I'm recording that straight off the back of doing this, so go over there and check that out as well. And if you enjoy it, guys, as I said, all the good stuff, like, comment, subscribe. And yeah, we'll take care. See you probably Saturday night for the match review afterwards. So yeah, hopefully you'll stick around for that, and we'll see you then. Bye-bye.